Hello, I am in a hotel right now because I'm actually at a con. I'm at Kineticon, and none of the guests have arrived yet. They got me a day early, so I was just like, okay, well, bring my work with me, watch a bunch of avatars. So next couple you might see in this hotel room. Okay, this next episode here, we got the Avatar and the Firelord. And, boy, nice to finally see what he vanished means in the opening. It's like, when we needed him the most, he vanished. I'm like, yeah? So it's nice we finally get information on that. Another good... Again, sort of showing how similar Zuko and Aang are, how they are, in many respects, not as much opposites as much as parallel. Very similar, and we see this backstory kind of similar of two people that seem like they're on the opposite ends of the coin, but they're also sort of living parallel lives, and one made a choice to finally pretty much let go of the other. Well, really, they both did, didn't they? Because the Avatar decides, no, you've gone too far. I'm gonna never look back on you. And then the Firelord, he actually comes back, sees he's in trouble, starts to help, and then decides to let him die, pretty much. And yeah, it's nice to know the story. I like stories about either close friends or siblings that fall apart. You know, they used to be best friends, and now what has happened? I don't know why I like those. Again, it's fascinating to see if they take the route, oh, hey, you can come back, or no, you made your choice, you have to live with it. So I liked all that. It sort of follows, I don't want to say the formula, but it definitely follows the pattern that we see often in these stories where one does have a choice and finally that choice will decide their outcome and who they are. I found it very fascinating how he was, the Firelord, after letting the Avatar die, immediately went into trying to hunt the other one and searching for years and years. When we got the power, he wiped out the Airbenders. But even then, he just had a feeling like he didn't get him, and I like that. I thought that was very interesting. It just something about just hunting down your friend, even like the reincarnation of your friend, just unsettling, strange. But on top of that, we have Mako's whatever, his replacement voice, which is fine. I am pretty positive now, hearing the voices, that all the voices I heard of Mako in the past, with the exception of maybe one or two subtle lines or words here or there, was all Mako, because this voice does not sound like what I thought could possibly be the replacement voice before, which I find really interesting, because hearing Mako's voice through those first two seasons now, knowing it must be him, unless they got a replacement actor and then got another replacement actor, but I don't think that was the case. I heard that wasn't the case. It's very fascinating, because his voice at times would be very, very clear, and then other times it'd be very raspy. And I actually sort of knew him more with the very raspy voice. Hearing the clear voice, I almost thought, like, oh, did they get another person for this? But knowing it was him is very interesting. This replacement voice is fine. Like I said, I mean, they had to get somebody else to fill in the shoes, and he does it great. At first, I was like, oh, that's the replacement voice. So to that extent, I guess it was a touch distracting. But no matter what, you can't get around that unless you know for a fact that, unless it's like pitch perfect, which nobody's voice is going to be exactly pitch perfect to the other, except my brother and I, and that is freaky, and we apologize for that. So, bottom line, you got this good episode, gives some good backstory. Obviously, the uncle is building up more, that Zuko does have more. Even though he thinks his journey is over, he's saying, no, you do actually have a part you can still play in this, and you can truly redeem yourself. Like, it's basically redeeming himself twice. Once for the Fire Nation, well, that didn't work, he still feels like shit. Now he's gonna redeem himself for himself, which the uncle was saying, that's what you should have been doing to begin with. So, I like that the uncle is talking to him again. I don't know if I needed something to push him to do it. because that was the one thing I was like, wait, why is he suddenly talking to him again? Why is he suddenly saying, hey, you have this chance, you have, when he was given the silent treatment for so long? But I'm not that bothered. I think the reason is that, why do people give the silent treatment to begin with? Because, well, it's one of two reasons. One, either the person giving the silent treatment is very emotional and just can't talk to him, or they're doing it because they know the other person needs that. They need, and I think that's what it was, because Zuko was coming saying, Uncle, I'm confused. Please, I don't know what to do. I feel terrible. I can't get this right. And he has to know that he really has gone too far to a point where he won't even respond. And he has to sit with himself. He has to sit with his thoughts, and he has to really analyze what is going on and what does he want and what does he need. And I think before, where the uncle did give him a little bit of space, he still followed. They met up again in the chase episode, and there's a very possible chance maybe that wasn't the right thing to do. And I think the uncle might have realized that. So I think he knows here that he wants to give him a little bit more distance, and he has to be alone with his pain, because he made a really tough, bad choice, and he has to live with it for a bit. If the uncle came back with, well, here's what you have to do. You have to do this, this, and this, he wouldn't have felt it as much. He wouldn't have realized, hey, he has to realize this could be forever. He could be feeling this forever. And now he might have a way out. The uncle will once again come back and give advice, but he had to feel for a while that there will be no way out of this. I have made this choice. I can never go back on it now. But the uncle does come and say, hey, here's this chance. So I think I did like that. Like I said, at first I wasn't sure, but I think that holds up. I think that's a very legit choice on their part to have him start off silent and then start speaking to him again. Whether or not that was intentional or just a transition into the new Mako voice, I don't know. But it works, and knowing this now, that he actually does come around to speaking again, and even with the story, with the Firelord and the Avatar, them not speaking to each other for a long time, though that backfired. In this case, hopefully it will not backfire. I'm guessing it's not going to backfire. But we'll see where that goes. So, good, solid episode, good to know the history. Could have used maybe one or two more twists and turns. The connection to the bloodline, the family line, is interesting. Though when I heard it, I went, wait, when I had to rewind, I'm like, wait, so Zuko's mother is connected to the Avatar. Zuko's father is connected to the great Firelord, or the great-grandfather. Okay, it's like, I think I got it now, and it's good. At first I thought, I misread it so bad that at first I said, wait a minute, Aang and him are related? And it's like, no, that's not it. It's right, the mother's relatives is the Avatar, and the father's relatives are Firelord. So, which is interesting. Again, I mean, the uncle is trying to say, this blood is in you. You have a chance to turn around, which I never know about that. It's like, well, it's in your blood. Because you have the blood, it's sort of that midichlorian thing. It's like, I don't know. But maybe it's just what Zuko needs to hear to get his head back in the game and realize what he really needs to do. So whether or not you buy that or not, whatever, genes being passed on and so forth, I mean, it could be, maybe not, but it's what Zuko needs to hear. So, yeah, I'm interested to see where the next episode goes. I'll see you at that one.